This is a video for the Writer's Choice 10.4 Linking Verbs and Predicate Words assignment. A linking verb is going to connect the subject of a sentence with a noun or an adjective. It's usually going to be in the middle of the sentence. So for example, Bess Powell, lady's name, was the director. Bess Powell is who or what our sentence is about. She's our subject. Was is in the middle. That is our linking verb. And director comes after the verb. That's our predicate noun. That's going to tell us more information about her. Bess Powell and director mean the same thing. So they're both nouns. She's the subject, director's the predicate noun. There are common linking verbs. Be is probably the most common one, and be can take many forms. Be can be am, is, are, was, were, has been, are being, might be. A lot of these words can connect other ones, so being, might, that sort of thing. Some form of be, there are tons of them around the word be. Appear, turn, smell, become, look, taste, sound, seem, grow, and feel. And they can come in also other forms, like become can be became, becoming, and that sort of thing. These are just the root linking verbs. So here's a common list. It's not all of them, but it's many of them. A predicate noun and a predicate adjective, those are the things that come after that linking verb. Predicate nouns are going to tell you more about the subject. We had that lady's name, Bess Powell, and director. They're telling us that she's a director. It means the same thing. Predicate adjective is going to give description information after that verb. So it could say Bess Powell was kind. Kind would describe her after the linking verb was. So both these predicate nouns, predicate adjectives, whenever you see predicate, it's going to happen toward the end of the sentence, and it's always going to happen after the verb. So for example, the set designer was a carpenter. Your linking verb is was. After the linking verb is carpenter. That's the predicate noun. It means the same thing as the set designer. That's your subject. Carpenter is what that person was. He is kind. Is your linking verb. After the linking verb, end of the sentence, kind describes what he is. So your predicate stuff is always at the end of the sentence. You can have more than one predicate adjective or predicate noun. Those are called compound predicate nouns or adjectives. The set designer was a carpenter and an electrician. Was is still our linking verb. After that linking verb, we have carpenter and electrician. Two predicate nouns that mean the same thing as that set designer. He is stern but kind. Is our linking verb. Stern, kind, describe what he is. End of the sentence, two adjectives, compound predicate adjective. So for your 10.4 assignment, linking verbs and predicate words, these are the same sorts of things we just talked about in the video a moment or two ago. All the same information. We still have our common linking verbs here. Be, remember, can take many forms. I've also included is right there because it can be one of those forms. Be, am, is, were, are probably going to be your most common linking verbs. But here are some other ones if you need to look at them. So for exercise 7, you're going to read a sentence and you're going to tell me if the verb of that sentence is an action verb. It's physically doing something, or is it a linking verb? Is it connecting information from the subject to something else at the end of the sentence? So number 1, Lorraine Hansberry became the first African-American woman with a play on Broadway. So who or what is that sentence about? Lorraine Hansberry. What did she do? She became. So we know became is the verb. Okay, so we're going to either choose the first or second one here. Became what? Became the first African-American woman. Does African-American woman mean the same as Lorraine Hansberry in this case? Yes. Those are linked, so became is a linking verb, and that first African-American woman with the play on Broadway would be a predicate noun because it means the same information as who she is. Okay, let's look at number 3. Same lady. Hansberry used a line from a Langston Hughes poem for the title. Who or what is the sentence about? Hansberry. What did she do? She used. So we know used is going to be our verb. So again, we're going to pick the first or the second one. And is it an action verb? Did she physically use a line from a Langston Hughes poem? Or is use connected to something else about her? Hansberry used a line. Well, the line has nothing to do with her, so it can't be connected. She physically used that line in that play. So used is an action verb. Okay, so that's how you do questions 1 through 5. When you get to exercise 8, 6 through the end, I think 25, you're going to be asked to identify one of 4 things. Either what's the action verb, what's the linking verb, what's the predicate noun, or what's the predicate adjective. And for predicate nouns and adjectives, there can be more than one. Okay? So for number 6, William Shakespeare was a great playwright and poet. Identify the linking verb. So who or what is the sentence about? William Shakespeare. What did he do? Well, he was. He was what? He was a great playwright and poet. Playwright and poet connects to William Shakespeare. The middle connecting word, our linking verb, would be was. And let's double check. Is was on our blue list? Was is not there, but was is a form of be. Be, am, is, was, are. So that would count for a linking form of be. Okay, let's do 7. In fact, he is a giant in world literature. Identify the predicate noun. So in fact, he is a giant in world literature. Who or what is the sentence about? He. What is our verb? Is. That's our linking verb. So he is what? What word on the right side of the verb means the same as he? Giant, world, or literature would make sense. Well, he's not world literature. He's a giant. So he and giant mean the same thing. Giant is our predicate noun. Let's do a predicate adjective in number 8. Characters in Shakespeare's plays seem universal. We're looking for a predicate adjective. So who or what is the sentence about? Characters in Shakespeare's plays. What's our verb? Seem. Seem what? The characters seem what? They seem universal. Universal describes those characters. Is it at the end of the sentence? Yes. All the predicate noun adjective stuff is always after the verb. Verb is seem. Universal comes after. So universal is our last one. And let's do one more. Let's do 12. Shakespeare's language puzzles some modern listeners. We define the action verb. Who or what is the sentence about? Shakespeare's language. What does it do? It puzzles. Does puzzles connect the language to anything else? Is language and modern listeners the same? No. Is language and modern listeners describing each other? No. So just the verb is not a linking verb. It's an action verb. It's what we need. Puzzles. Okay? And that is how you do 10.4.